You're live, Zach.
Hello, we are back. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties. So to hear our take on college basketball, go back to part A, please. Again, I'm Zach.
I'm Jared.
And I'm Bill, or Mr. Google.
Bill, Mr. Google, that we call him. He's usually behind the camera. Again, we are missing Carl. So now I kind of want to jump into NBA, NHL playoffs. We can piggyback off of this. But definitely let's go with the NBA playoff race.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers have clinched the third overall seed.
Which is surprising. I didn't think they'd get that.
Luka dominated when he came back to Dallas.
Yeah.
But, I mean, did you expect anything different?
No.
A good player comes back to their old team. They always dominate because that's the team's focus, right?
Yep.
No matter what team you are, it may be LeBron's team. Even if Kobe was still on the team.
Right.
And in his prime. Hey, you know what? We give the ball to him. He's going to show him why you should have kept him.
Right.
We all thought they should have kept Luka. We still don't know why they did what they did.
Conspiracy theories abound.
Right. So they're now locked in as a third. Right now the Bucks are fifth.
Okay.
Dallas is 10th, so they're still in the play-in.
Still in.
They ain't gonna go far, but they're in the play-in. They gotta win 2 games to even get into the actual playoffs.
Right.
Dallas has a losing record.
Yes, we
That's
do.
why we don't like the play-in game. Because a team with a losing record can get in.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one on the playing game that has a winning record of the West is the Grizzlies and the Timberwolves.
Yeah, so 2.
Shouldn't
Again,
do it.
but that's why we don't agree with the play-in. The
Yeah.
play-in games are for money purposes only.
Yeah.
NBA makes more money. That's why they did it.
Yeah. They got 6 extra games that they can play.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. So right now, OKC's number 1, Cleveland's number 1.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if they've locked it in yet, but I think they
I
have.
think OKC locked it in. Cleveland for sure locked it in with their blowout win over the Chicago, I thought.
Yeah.
So
I'd love to see them knock Cleveland out, or the Lakers out.
Who?
Who are on Cleveland? I'd love them to knock.
well, in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it'll be the championship game.
Sure.
I think that's what the NBA wants.
Yeah.
I think they want LeBron
Mm-hmm.
and the Lakers to play his old team,
Yeah.
the Cleveland, because it's a money draw.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
if those are the finals, you're gonna hear the NBA's rigged because that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
That's what I'm already writing the narrative.
Right.
Every sports
And-
league is a rigged in some sort of way.
No,
I've been having that thought since Jerome Bettis went to Super Bowl 50 in Pittsburgh and won.
right. So I think that if LeBron and them lose, that's what you're gonna hear from Laker fans.
Yeah.
Oh, it's better if Cleveland won. That's what they wanted to win because there's more money. No, the money is Lakers versus Cleveland.
Yeah.
At that point, they don't care who wins because they got the money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, are they going to want to go 7 games? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You might get 7 games out of it
Yeah.
because the NBA is going to make way more money for 7 games than 4.
Yeah.
But, if Lakers win in 4 or lose in 4, the NBA doesn't advantage because the Cleveland won.
I can't remember
The
what
NBA only
NBA
advantages
championship-
because of how many games there are.
Right.
I can't remember when an NBA championship was won in 4 games. It was either 5, 6, or 7.
Oh, it's never going to be 1 in 4.
Yeah.
You got to realize, because one team could go, oh, we got a little bit of injury with LeBron. Let's put him on the bench.
Mhm. Like that dominant Warriors team, they won 4-1, 5 games.
Right now, do you see it's supposed to be, I think it's Lakers versus Warriors if everything stays the way it is.
Yeah.
Can the Lakers beat this resurgent Warriors team with Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean,
And
unless,
Draymond Green's still doing decent.
yeah, I don't think LeBron has enough gas to do it.
We're going to see. I think this is the time we're definitely going to see a lot more rest from LeBron because they don't need to play him because they're locked in as a 3 seed.
Yeah.
So why play him? I mean, there's also 4 games left, 5
Right.
games left. I mean, same with hockey. There's only 2-3 games left for hockey.
Yeah, and that's one of those things, right? People come to see the players. They don't come to watch a basketball game. They come to watch players.
So
Yeah.
And if you rest the players they want to see, now you've pissed the fans off.
we could also do an NHL bracket on ESPN, but no punishment. Because we said we're going to probably stop punishments for a while. It'd just be cool to do an NHL bracket.
You guys have 5 of them hanging out right now.
What?
5 punishments hanging out right now.
Well, yeah, I got 1.
You got 1. Jake's got 3.
2. Well, yeah, we haven't picked the other one yet.
Right. So that's 4. Sorry, 4, not 5.
Yeah, it will be 4 when he picks his third one.
Mm-hmm.
I got a place for
Looking
you.
like Tom Brady over here with all the punishments.
I got a place for you outside of Castonia that could possibly do comedy because they do have a mic. It's a bar. a guy I work with, sister owns a bar. So I'm going to talk a little bit more with him. So we'll get more details on that, but you got to pay another one before then.
I think there was a comedy place in like
so-
Sioux City or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
Hoo Ha. Let's go to Hoo Ha.
Yeah, open mic night and Hoo Ha.
While you're on a date with a doll, let's do that. While you're on the date with the blow up doll, you also do jokes. That will be great.
Oh, first joke is, yeah, I've been on a date with a blow up doll.
Yeah.
Here she is.
You have to go make her play at Hoo Ha with noodles and stuff and feed it to her.
I don't
I thought
want
that
to
would
go
be
to
great.
Hoo Ha because that'd be more embarrassing.
Go to Golden Corral. Oh, wait, they closed.
We got that-
No, they closed the one in Sioux City.
Oh, did they?
At least
For the
your
third
date
time.
can't get the runs.
Yeah.
For like the third time we closed. We can go to the Chinese buffet. I think Mr. Stir Fry.
Oh yeah, there you go. Have some frog legs.
Ooh, that's good.
Some
That is
cat.
good. Huh?
Have some cat.
Have some cat, frogs, everything. But no, so the NBA. Who do
That's
you
why
got
the city
winning-
doesn't have any stray cats
with
Probably.
it right now? Who do you have your finals be?
for NHL or NBA.
NBA. We haven't talked about NHL yet.
NBA, I got it. They'll probably come down to like I'm thinking like 4 different teams, but I think my one I want to see is Cleveland versus OKC.
what
Okay,
you
so you
wanna
want
see.
one versus one.
What do
Okay.
you expect to see?
Probably how it goes, like he said, probably Lakers, Cleveland, just because it's the money.
Well, I kind of expect the Warriors versus Oklahoma City. That's kind of my thoughts
the
about where it's going to
final,
go.
the Western Finals here.
Or
So
the
Western Finals?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you
Yeah.
who do you see in the finals? You think?
Well, I think it's going to be Warriors, and I think it's going to be Cleveland.
I'll tell you who's not going to be Milwaukee Bucks.
It's not going to be Dallas either. Trust me.
Since
No.
since Damian Lillard's been out with a blood clot,
Yeah.
I don't think the Bucks are going to make it.
No.
Unfortunately,
I think,
I
the
think-
Eastern Conference Finals will come down to Boston and Cleveland. I guarantee it.
Ooh, Boston.
I think you're going to see Boston and LA. As much as I hate to
You
see
think
it,
so?
I think you're going to see
People have the
LeBron
two
and Luka
powerhouses?
versus
Uh,
Brown and Tatum.
I can see Cleveland and Boston going to the Eastern Conference Finals and Cleveland barely edging them out.
I can see it Lakers and OKC, and then Boston versus Cleveland is what I'm thinking.
yeah.
For your Final Four, right?
Yeah.
And I somehow see Lakers versus Boston. I see another one. Boston. I've seen Jason.
I mean, a dark
This
horse
guy.
in
This
the-
guy's cold blooded, right? The ice in his veins. Last second shot against the Knicks. It was crazy.
I think the dark horse on the Western side is Houston.
Yeah, Houston's great. They're number 2 seed right now.
Yeah.
They're not bad.
No. Plus, last year they had one of the worst records.
Yeah. Did they
They're-
have the beard last year?
Huh?
Did they have the beard last year? And then
Harden?
yeah, wasn't Harden on there last year? Or was he still part of the Clippers?
I think it's a part of the Clippers.
Or was that in a trade during the season?
No, I think Houston has one of the great one-year turnarounds because they were a lottery pick last year.
But
And now
don't mean they didn't have Harden. Harden wasn't great. He's doing decent with the Clippers. He's
Well.
the people's team. Clippers. They're the blue collar team of LA.
Yeah.
Lakers are the rich people's team. Clippers are the people's team. The working man's team.
Gotcha.
As Ben
What
Mallard
do you
said.
call
But he's also a Clipper apologist. So
Who do you call Sacramento
Sacramento, horrible.
Call them a soccer team.
then?
Sacramento, bunch of Democrats.
Yeah, what do you call the Kings? Just a
The
team
Kings, not the Kings. That's what I call them.
not a team that doesn't play hard to play basketball.
So speaking of not the Kings and teams that hardly plays, let's go to NHL.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about my Rangers.
Uh,
the
His
first time,
was Rangers rant.
yeah, you know what? Obligatory monologue about the Rangers. First time since 2014, 2015, the presidential trophy winners, best team in the NHL last year, record-wise, before the playoffs, have been officially eliminated. I guess that's what $11.5 million goalie gets you. 7 goals a game.
Yeah.
His save percentage is ridiculously low.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up real quick, unless Jake's already on ESPN.
Oh,
But-
I was looking at the playoff picture.
Oh, the playoff picture? I think everyone has clinched except the 2 wild cards in the Western Conference. It's between 3 teams, if I'm not mistaken. And then in the Eastern Conference, it's between pretty much Columbus and the Canadiens in Montreal. Am I right?
I don't know.
I don't know. He has it up there.
He should.
The wild cards are Senators and Canadians in the East. In the West, the wild cards are the Blues and the Wild.
Yeah, so in the West, it's no. In the East, it's the Canadians, the Columbus Blue Jackets. Yes, only them. Right now, it's the Wild and the Blues and Calgary, all fighting for the 2 wild card spots. But Ottawa already clinched the wild card, so it's pretty much the Canadians and the Blues.
Right.
And your 3 teams are Washington, Carolina, New Jersey in the Metropolitan, Toronto, Tampa Bay, Florida, Atlantic. Winnipeg, Dallas is number 2 in the Central.
Yeah.
Well, the Western Conference. So Central is Winnipeg, Dallas, Colorado, Pacific, Vegas, LA, and Edmonton. Always Vegas. Vegas, since they started, I think they missed the playoffs 1 year.
Yeah.
That's a great coaching.
Are they an expansion team or are they a move team?
They're
No
expansion.
expansion.
So they had the draft. And they
Built up
could
from
pick
the
players, but there's certain players they couldn't pick from teams, right? They're like, you can't pick this player. But you still get everyone's like second or third
I looked that up.
best.
Yeah.
So basically, when an expansion draft happens in the NHL, the teams go on. They put in a pool players that they said they can pick. Let's
Pretty
say
much is
4.
it pretty much is you could pick one of our top 3 or below players, right? Some people protect their 3, but they had a good goalie when they first got picked. They got Marc-Andre Fleury, great goalie. They've had great players.
Yeah.
It's not like they went in and went with the worst of the worst.
I mean, the fastest expansion team to win in NHL.
Yeah, they won in like their second year, didn't they?
No,
6 years.
they went, and I think they went to the finals in their second year.
Yeah.
First
or
year.
second year, and then they won 6 years later after they
Yeah,
started.
which is the fastest. But everyone's like, "Oh, Kraken's gonna do it." Kraken has been eliminated from the playoffs early since they've been started. Because Kraken was the 32nd NHL team from expansion.
So for $11.5 million, stat wise, Shesterkin is the number 36 goalie.
That's
Allows 2.91 goals per game.
So 3 goals per game.
36.
Seriously.
But he's getting paid the second highest paid goalie.
He's the second highest paid player, isn't he?
No, just goalie.
Oh, okay.
This is the first highest paid goalie.
It ended up being the Dallas Ottinger, who's the 7th best goalie this year, allowing 2.48 goals per game. So 2.5 goals per game.
Yeah,
His save percentage is .912, so 91%. And Shesterkin's is 90%.
90, really?
That's bad. 90 is okay, but 36.
Yeah.
Is there 36 teams in the NHL?
No.
That means someone's backup is better.
Yeah.
There's backups better than
Yeah,
Shesterkin.
there's backups who had better years than Shesterkin.
Now, yes, it's an off year. He's been great before. He's won best goalie before. I understand what you're paying for.
Well, he had immediately,
But to me,
big drop off from last year.
you don't, in the middle of the season, give him the contract he wants
Yeah.
unless he's proven it.
Right.
Quick is still doing okay. I mean, no better because he plays less games.
Right.
But to me, you don't give him the contract he wants. Now, hey, you've had an off year, Shesterkin. Let's give you 1 year deal, a prove it deal. You go back to being that former top 5, top 10 goalies.
Yeah.
Then we'll give you the money.
Well, because there were signs earlier in the season before he got paid that he was going to have issues, and
Right, because
Right.
at the time,
Yep.
it was every 2 games he'd have a great game, he'd have a bad game. He'd have a great game,
Yep.
maybe another great game, but then have a bad game.
Yep.
And usually in the NHL, unless it's near the end of the game, when you allow 5 goals, they pull you. I remember there's games he got pulled in the first period, allowing 5.
5. I thought he lost 7 in 1 period.
But that was the
No,
thing.
I think that was the backup coming in and allowing 2
A
more.
bad game should be 2, maybe 3 goals. It shouldn't be 6.
Like when you play, and let's get this straight. If a team scores 8 and they score 2 empty netters,
Right.
that's not on the goal.
No.
The goalie doesn't get that count.
Right.
I remember there was a game that he allowed 3 goals, but the other team had 5 goals. Because 2 of them didn't count because there was no goal.
Right.
It didn't count against the goalie.
Right.
You can't count it if he's not in there trying to save it.
Right.
I'd rather trust Stevie Wonder playing goalie than Shesterkin.
And just remember, Stevie Wonder pays like $28,000 in child support a month for kids he has never seen. Anyway,
That's not fucked, but all right.
I saw that meme somewhere. But yeah, so NHL. I mean, I haven't watched too much lately. I'm constantly busy, but I will be tuning into the
You
playoffs.
pull an Anthony Edwards and you pay all 18 years
My
of
pick.
child support in one lump sum.
My
Tell
pick,
them
what I would
all.
love to see in the finals, I would love to see this. I think they have great scoring. I think they both have great goaltending. For the finals, I would love to see Dallas versus Carolina. And I will be making a trip to Dallas if that's the thing. And I will be buying some Star Gears. And go Dallas, screw the Hurricanes.
You're just mad because they eliminated the Rangers last week.
That and plus, like living in North Carolina, like Hurricanes became my rivals next to the Islanders.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this. I never bet on anything but football, but I bet on 2 hockey games this year. Well, 3. The first time was Tampa Bay, New York, and I lost that bet.
Yeah.
So I learned. I bet against New York, bet for Tampa Bay, bet the over. It hit.
Yeah.
I won $40. The next game, I bet against New York, bet out the over. The game was 7-5 or 8-5. The over was 5.5. One team got it by itself. Hell, the Rangers almost got it by themselves too.
Yeah.
And guess what? I won $80 on the Rangers losing. At least if you're gonna break my heart, at least make me some money.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bet on the rest of the season because they're already out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
But no, I would love to see a Dallas Carolina finals.
That'd be fun.
If I had to pick right now, and I'm just looking at the standings and who they're in, I think I see right now the President's Trophy is going to
I think Capitals.
Winnipeg Jets, 114 points.
Yeah.
Capitals are 2. I think that's what you see.
How many does Dallas have?
90 something. No, let me see.
106 points.
106. They're what, 4th? Because there's 107. Vegas has 107. I think you're gonna see the Capitals, Ovechkin, who just broke Wayne Gretzky's goal record, not points, goals, in one less game.
Mm-hmm.
But again, seasons and stuff like how many games there were. Also, Gretzky has way more assists and points.
Yes, but I'm pretty sure if you go how many games he played career-wise and how many games he played when he broke the record, it was pretty much the same.
It's 1 goal, 1 game short. He had 1 more goal and 1 less game. But still, it's still impressive.
Yeah.
No matter how many games he played, no matter what.
I don't think anyone's going to catch Gretzky in the assists and points.
No one's going to guess him in points. There's no way.
Yeah.
It will take someone to have a good team. You got to remember, Ovechkin played for a lot of Capital teams that weren't that great.
No.
Right, where he was the main goal scorer.
Or he was the main goal scorer,
Yeah,
so
he
he couldn't get
scored, like-
assists. He could get goals, but he couldn't get
He was
assists.
scoring like 30, 40 goals a year.
Yeah, so it's still impressive because goals, right?
Yeah.
It's still scoring. He's just not going to break for all-time points. It's going to be very hard. That's a record that's going to stay in for a very long time if it never gets broken.
See, he
If it
scored.
never gets broken.
Ovechkin scored his first goal while he's on his freaking belly against a Coyotes team that was coached by Gretzky.
Exactly.
Really?
Gretzky was coaching that Coyotes team.
I think we're going to see, I think you're going to see the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah.
Remember, the last time we had a President's Trophy Cup winner, I think, was in 93, 94. The year after that was, I think, the last time we've had a Canadian team.
All right.
So
you may
this
wanna
year-
specify that again.
What?
Last time we had a President's Cup winner was 93, 94?
I think the last time they made the finals.
Okay.
Yeah, the winner of it all.
Right. There you go. Okay.
Usually now.
So last time a President's Trophy
Sure,
winner
won
won the
Stanley Cup was, I think,
93, 94.
93, 94. I got to look it up.
Nowadays, it's been like they've been knocked out in the second or third round.
No, wait, no. I think 93, 94 is the last time the Rangers won it. And then a Canadian team won in 95.
Yeah.
But it's been a while since the last time a President's Cup trophy winner won. It's
Mhm.
been a long time since a Canadian won it.
Yeah.
You got that this year with the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah. Potential. Yeah.
I think you're going to see the Winnipeg Jets.
Actually,
in
the
it.
last time there were a recent team that won both President's Trophy and the Stanley
It
Cup
was
was
06, right?
2012, 2013.
2012, that's what it was. Was the Blackhawks? The Blackhawks, that's
Your
what it was.
boys.
Mm-hmm. Last time we were
I thought it
good.
was the Blackhawks. I just couldn't remember what year. No, the Canadian team is what I'm thinking
I mean,
of. And then the Rangers is
2010s, we
94.
won like 3 or 4 Stanley Cups.
That's right. The Rangers won in
Stretch.
94 with Messier.
No, so the Rangers haven't won a championship since Dallas.
Pretty much.
Since the Cowboys.
Now I know how Cowboys fans feel. Only we still have more success.
The only difference is you just started watching the Rangers recently, where I've been watching the Cowboys
Your whole life.
since '92. Yeah.
Dude, it's been 32 years since the Canadian team won a Stanley Cup.
When was it? 95?
93.
93, 94?
Yeah, Canadian.
So then it was 94, 95 that the Rangers won.
Rangers won.
So I had it mixed up. I had a year difference.
Yeah.
And who was it? Was it the Jets?
Canadians.
The Canadians. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I believe the Canadians have the most Stanley Cup wins. I do believe.
So I think you're gonna see what I like was Dallas and Carolina. I think you're gonna see Winnipeg versus the Capitals. I think Ovechkin gets to it, and I think this will be his final year.
You think the Capitals make the finals?
Yeah, they're number one in their division. They're number one in the Eastern Conference. I think they win, or they go to the finals because I think this will be Ovechkin's last year. He's got good scoring. They got good goaltending. I said they got good scoring. He's still looking good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he's limping to Gretzky's. He's still making goals and getting assists. So he has help. I think you see the Jets, but I think the Jets can obviously be upset by Dallas.
Yeah.
I think Dallas has, even though he's number 7, I think Ottinger is one of the better goalies.
Okay.
I think Dallas has a great team. I think Dallas wins it all. That's my pick. Dallas is going to win it all.
I think since this is probably gonna be his last year, I think Capitals are gonna win it.
All right. And I know Jay out there and Carl is going to probably cheer Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I can see Tampa Bay too.
My team didn't fucking make. They only won 23 games.
Hey, still better than San Jose Sharks.
Won 20.
So
I looked it up. So the Montreal Canadiens have 24 total Stanley Cup wins.
So they have the most.
Yeah, that's 11 more than the second place, which was 13 with the Maple Leafs.
Both Canadians.
Yeah.
And ironically enough, they barely won since I've been alive.
Yeah, because Canadians last time won the Stanley Cup was in '92. That was the last time a Canadian team won the Stanley Cup.
Who's the Canadian team that moved to Colorado and became the Avalanche? Was that the Canucks
Was it Vancouver?
or was it the Jets?
I thought it was the Hartford Whalers that moved to.
No, Hartford moved to Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carolina.
They became the Hurricanes, and that was like early 2000s.
Yeah.
In fact, the first couple of games, Greensboro, North Carolina, where I lived.
Yeah.
They got a whole bunch of stuff out there saying, because they became the Hurricanes, and then they moved
Yeah, I
to
think it was-
Raleigh, where NC State plays their basketball.
Yeah. Wasn't the Winnipeg Jets?
The only
May have
Connecticut,
been the Canucks.
the only team that Connecticut had professional.
Yeah.
I think it might have been if I had to guess, it would have been the Cowboys. No,
No, one Calgary. Calgary model, the Maple Leafs.
Did Utah pick a name yet for their hockey team?
No, I don't think they have yet.
Utah
Quebec,
hockey team.
the Quebec Nordics moved to Colorado and became the
The
Colorado.
Nordics. Jesus, no wonder I heard that name.
95. So
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a
if you
long
haven't
time.
never heard of them, that's probably why.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
So they have the 3 options: the Mammoth, the Outlaws, or stay the same with the hockey club.
I hope
I think
they go in the
Mammoths.
Mammoths. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Better than Utah Outlaws.
Yeah, the Outlaws wouldn't be bad though.
No,
It doesn't
But
really
for
meet-
hockey, I think Mammoths.
I don't
would
think
better.
it. Yeah, I don't think it meets it fits the scheme of what hockey.
And
a lot of
Utah.
teams are.
Utah,
Yeah.
you
Utah,
think
man.
cold, skiing,
Yeah.
this. So you think more Mammoths than Outlaw.
Yeah.
Outlaw, I would think of like a Vegas team or something like when you think of Wild West. Utah, you don't think of Wild West.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if they made one in New Mexico, the New Mexico Outlaws,
Mm-hmm.
that would go well. The Utah Outlaws don't run.
Should just call them the Mormons.
Yeah, I think Yeti, the Utah Yetis,
You know, Utah Saints.
Sasquatches.
Yeah.
But all right, let's do our promo real quick.
All right, promo.
Mr. Google, want to take it away?
So today we're brought to you by B&L Creative Designs, your all your woodworking and jewelry needs. Also make T-shirts. We make what else? We make jewelry, necklaces. We make wristband, the bracelets, prayer bracelets for your family if they're having issues. Like we started making them because Mrs. Google had cancer. So we also make beer bottle openers for your favorite sports team, unless you're a New York Giants fan. And then what else? We make all kinds of good, and we take commission pieces as well. Give us a shout, BNLCreativeDesigns.com or BNLCreativeDesigns.com or our Etsy page, BL Creative Design Shop.
Even the man himself stumbles upon it.
Yeah, well, it's been a while since I've done it, so.
I did it the other day on the promo. I think I did
Yeah.
pretty dang good.
Yeah, you did all right. You did all right.
I didn't stumble as much as usual. I was in the gym running out of breath.
Yeah.
I had to take it like 5 times. I'm like, I got done, like, whew, I'm out of breath, but I want to redo it.
Yeah.
Don't do it in the
It was
gym.
Quebec Nordics that became the Colorado Avalanche.
We just talked about it. Where were you?
I was trying to look it up and
I looked at both of you and said the Nordics. He even repeated it.
Yep.
I was not listening. I'm just saying this.
Man, let's do trivia right now for hot sauce. We're taking a lot of the time.
At least I wasn't the one about to cry.
Just remember, Zach still
Yeah.
has a hot wing challenge, spicy hot wing challenge.
And I told
5 wings.
Carl
His sauce
and
is gonna
Jake
be
if
banana
they want
flavored.
it, if they want it hotter, that's up to them. So if they want to order another hot sauce to make it even hotter, that's fine. But I can tell you right now, the extreme regret's gonna kill me. Let's do it on the Sunday. I don't have to go to work the next day.
Yeah, I'm gonna order you the bottle of banana rum hot sauce.
No banana. That's not in it. Don't. If you do banana, I will throw up on you and you alone. I'll make sure I sit next to you that day. Banana. Anyway,
I have some ideas I sent to him.
so we're gonna do the big board, but this time we're gonna do a blind rank. I figure we have to switch it around sometimes because we've gone over top 5 everything, pretty much top 10, a lot of stuff. Yeah, if you do that, it will be the end of me.
The flatline hot
It's
sauce.
called the end, the flat line. Yeah, it'll probably be the end of me. No, my dumb self, because I'm gonna have to itch my eye in the middle of it, by the way, and that's gonna be even worse.
We'll at least give you gloves, but no milk. I'll give you a
No.
bucket.
Lactose intolerant. That was still one of the
Yeah.
best toast for the You Should Know podcast. He's about to take the mug. He's like, wait, I'm a lactose
I'll
intolerant.
give you the last dab from Hot Ones.
So
Before you go on, you know what we should do for for the NBA playoffs is we should put all the teams in a hat, and you guys just straight pick a hat, and that's who you have to go with. And you basically, fate chooses your.
No one mind.
if we get a
I'll pick-
punishment.
Yeah. The
Oh
hat
gosh,
chooses your
I'll
fate.
get the Dallas Mavericks.
No,
Are we doing the playing game?
No, my dumb ass.
doing when they're
No,
finally
it'll
set.
just be the final set.
Okay, don't.
So we might have to live stream us.
I'll
picking
get the
them.
Pistons. No, my dumb
Yeah,
ass.
we can
Or
do that.
you can pick us out and go, okay, Zach, you got this, you got this, you got this, because it's not gonna be a Sunday.
No.
But yeah, thank God, because if we have to do the playing games and I get Dallas, I'm already eliminated the first matchup probably.
Yeah,
I
not
get the
be playing
Pistons. Don't mind them.
But I think you should take I'll water down some of the challenges for you, or the water down some of the.
Oh no, keep it the way it is.
Okay.
I'm fine the way it is. I'm fine with doing whatever. If I
mean-
get the blow up doll, I get the blow up doll. Dang it. You know what? I'll be a gentleman to that blow up doll.
Anyway, you fucker.
No, God, stop.
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 There are no children watching this, but there shouldn't be either. So for the big board, I figured maybe we do some blind rankings, right? With WrestleMania approaching, which this is why I picked this because we're going to talk about that next. I figured let's blind rank. We can come collectively. You guys can do your own 5 wrestlers, top 5 wrestlers of all time.
Okay.
Where would you put them, right?
Okay.
I'm not going to throw a wrench in like you would see, like Logan Paul. I'm not doing that.
Oh,
I'm
that's
a-
terrible.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So just know there are gonna be good, high quality wrestlers on this. Like I'm not gonna go Repo Man and pull one out of my. I'm not gonna go R-Truth,
Man,
right?
Jesus.
That would be comedy wrestlers.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pull it out of my bag, right? So top 5. First one I'm starting with AJ Styles.
Top 5 ever.
Top 5 ever. First one I'm gonna start with AJ Styles. Now, granted, I know
Since I
you're
don't know what other you're gonna say, I'm gonna put him at 5.
good. Okay. And I understand you probably don't know his work in TNA, what he's done for that company and
Oh, I see
everything.
his highlights.
Right. So that's also what you know about him now, right? Came into WWE in 2016 at the Rumble. Everyone loved it. I think WWE's underused him, but he was also at the end of his career because he was also 20 years in wrestling before that.
Right.
So 5, you're gonna go 5?
AJ Styles. Yeah.
I don't know
I mean,
what wrestlers you have in mind, so I'm gonna go 5.
I don't
just
either. I
for
can't-
baseline.
Because see, if you were gonna ask me who I thought my number 5 was, it'd be Andre the Giant.
Okay, so you're gonna put him 5 though.
I would put Andre the Giant at 5.
No, AJ at 5?
Oh, AJ at 5. Yeah.
Okay. For me, I'm going 3.
Okay.
Number
Again,
two. By the way, I don't even know who's next until I think about it after I just rank them. Number 2, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Bret Hart. Oh God, he was so good. I put him as a 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him like a 3.
I'm gonna put him at 4,
4.
right under AJ. great accolades,
Yeah.
great technician.
Yeah.
But the only reason I picked AJ,
He came
I
from
think
a
Brett's
wrestling
better on the
family.
mic.
That's all he was taught.
AJ is better high flying and more
See,
attractive,
Bret
right?
Hart was the first, was the OG.
But he was
high
technician.
flyer.
But he was technician.
Yeah, he was mainly he puts you in a submission. That was his dad.
So that was our second one, right?
Okay.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Macho Man.
I was gonna say Randy Macho Man Savage, but Macho Man Randy Savage.
I'll put him at number 2.
Number 2.
I put Macho Man at 4 out of the group that we have so far.
Okay.
The only reason is because he was amazing on the mic. He was, I mean, the dude was just amazing. Off the mat, he was a phenomenal human being.
Oh, I wish Mrs. Google was gonna watch him. Because do we know what number he's gonna be for me? Does anyone know?
I know he's number 1.
I don't know.
Yeah, because he is the cream of the crop. Yeah. He had the best mic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's number 1 on the mic ever.
He always destroyed that punk Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, but
That puke of a man, Hulk
sure,
Hogan.
but I don't think that his wrestling was that.
I'm just joking about Hulk Hogan, by the way. I don't think he's a puke.
I don't think Randy Savage's wrestling was that impressive.
I think he was good at wrestling.
I think character-wise, he was
I think he
top.
was one of the best characters.
Yeah.
Right? He did it, and the next guy lived his character. He was this character.
Yeah.
But Randy Macho Man, I thought was great. I thought his mic skills were great. Commentating, when he did commentating, I loved it.
Yeah.
He was that greatest commentator, but I think he still brought entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was what professional wrestling was, right? Decent wrestling, great entertainment.
Yep. I think he set the standard for what mic skills should be.
Yes.
Yes.
So we got Macho Man, we had AJ, we had Bret.
Mm-hmm.
Now, woo, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
See, I don't even want to rank Ric Flair. I'm not a big fan.
So you're gonna have to give him 4.
Yeah. Oh no, I already gave Randy Macho Man Savage 4. I give him a 5 then. No, yeah, 5.
You give
Did I-
AJ a 5
Did I give AJ 5? Fuck, it's got to go 3 then.
because you put Bret Hart 2.
Yeah, I put Bret Hart 2.
Me, I wasn't really a big fan of him, but I probably put him as a 4
Okay.
on my list.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I put Bret Hart as a 4.
Yeah.
I put AJ as a 3. Put Macho Man at 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Ric Flair at 5.
5.
But he lived. He
Yeah.
still lives as the guy who goes out partying. Dude's like 90 years old, going out. He's 80, 70, whatever. He goes
He's
out
in his
partying.
80s, dude.
But he's still the wheeling, dealing, kiss stealing, limousine riding, jet flying son of a gun, right? Rolex wearing. He's still that guy. He lived. He ended up living. You know, he died in a plane crash. And I think that's when he started living the Ric Flair lifestyle.
Hmm.
Number 2. I'm going to say that this is my number 2. So I don't know why I didn't do this list differently, but they're coming off my head. But he is also one of my second favorite wrestlers of all time.
John Cena.
Randy Orton.
Yeah,
I'm great.
He's
with
automatically
number
number 1 on my list.
he's got to be
because
number 1 on mine as well.
I think he played a good heel. He's a great heel. He's a great face.
Yeah.
He's
he
a
played
great.
both sides pretty
He's
well.
good mic skills. I think that he is what current wrestling is.
Yeah.
I mean, he RKO'd Nick Aldis last week.
I don't know who Rick Aldis is.
Nick Aldis is the GM
Okay.
He also
Oh,
was a
SmackDown.
wrestler in TNA and WWA.
as Magnus, but he RKO'd him
Mm-hmm.
because Nick told him Kevin Owens is not gonna be able to fight. He's out for like a year or 2 for neck injury.
Right. If he
So
ever
that's
fights again.
yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean,
Oh, he's
dude's
also
GM.
Nick Aldis is married to
Mickey James.
Mickey James.
And I was gonna point that out with Mickey James, WWE Hall of Famer, wrestling, all this stuff, because he says, I already paid you your money on that RKO. What are you doing out here? It looks personal because 2 years ago he RKO'd him, and he goes, Randy, what's this for? The $100,000 for it. It's only $50,000. He goes, oh, that's for next time. Long-term story planning. All right, let me tell you. 2 years later, he RKO'd him and goes, I already paid you like a year or so ago. So I love how they did that long-term, like,
Yeah.
let me hit back on something 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But he said, if you don't give me a match at WrestleMania, I'm gonna have to apologize to Mickey James for what I'm about to do to you. Like, he's getting that heel moment, but yet everyone still loves him
Yeah.
because he can play both. He also learned from another guy who can play both, Triple H.
Hmm.
Triple H can play a good guy in the back, way better as a heel, but he can play both.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, how you know you have a great wrestler. Savage did the same thing.
Mhm.
Everyone loved him,
Favorite part of Triple H.
and everyone hated him
DX.
when he was both.
Now his heel time was with the Animal, right?
Evolution.
Yeah.
With Batista, Ric
Yeah.
Flair,
Okay.
and Triple H.
Gotcha.
Then he became good.
Right. What was that?
Then
what
he
was
became heel because he became the legend killer, punting everyone in the face.
that?
He had feuds against Orton or Cena,
Yeah.
which I think Orton
Macho
versus.
Man fought Cena?
Oh, you're talking about Macho Man.
Yeah.
His heel time came when?
His heel time was with
George the Animal Steely.
no.
You said the Animal. I thought you meant the Animal Batista.
No. I was thinking because him and
Hogan were doing the Mega Powers.
Right.
And then he thought something was going on between Hogan and Miss Elizabeth, so he turned on Hogan and became bad.
Right.
But
Okay. Because then he was hanging out with that one crazy dude, right?
Psycho Sid?
No. The dude that he always had the face painted and the things around his
Ultimate
arms.
Warrior?
There you go.
Him and the Warrior kind of like
They did a thing for a
a
little
little
while.
bit. I know him
and
and Hogan did too.
yeah. Well, him and Hogan were big time.
But then in WCW, if you remember, Hogan turned heel on Macho Man to create the NWO.
right.
And then eventually Macho Man joined in the NWO. But come on now. Randy Savage, not Randy Orton, also put out a rap album dissing Hulk Hogan. Be a man, Hulk Hogan. I mean, he called him out on the rap album. I love that rap album. Better than John Cena's rap album. But honorable mentions, if I made this list and literally took probably the top 5 wrestlers of all time, you would have gotten The Rock in there.
Yeah.
You would have gotten John Cena. You probably would have gotten Bret Hart still. You would have got Stone Cold Steve Austin. But I had to put some people in there that you weren't expecting, like AJ and Randy.
Yeah,
But at the same time, I'm
is-
not gonna do top 10 and put like Logan Paul in there or Rey Mysterio.
No, I think when it comes to gimmick, Jake the Snake Roberts was the best.
When it comes to gimmicks, the one person I really loved was Mick Foley because he had so many gimmicks. He had Dude Love, he had Mankind.
Well, you're talking about characters, right? I'm just talking about gimmick. Like back in the '80s when I was watching wrestling, man. That's when the gimmicks in the early '90s. That's when the gimmicks were solid.
I do like Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake. You had that. You had was it
Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
See, and I quote him all the time, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not coming back. Like Myles Garrett's not coming back. But like the $1 Million Man said, probably the most realest quote of wrestling.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a price.
Yep.
It's probably the most realest quote. And if we're talking about heels, he's number 1 on heels. Dude goes, I'll give you $100 if you can dribble the ball, 10 times in a row. And number 9, he kicks the ball away from the guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, you learned a lesson.
Yeah.
That's such a heel moment. Little 10-year-old 9, and then he kicks the ball away. Sorry, you didn't do it.
Yeah. And he always carried that briefcase with the cash in it. He
That
always
was
had
probably one of the top
ladies.
heels.
Yeah.
Everyone hated $1 Million Man, but again, in wrestling, it's not about being loved.
Yeah.
It's not about being hated.
It's about being
If you can get a fan reaction, whether it's boos or cheers,
Yeah.
you're doing your job.
Yeah.
And $1 Million Man got that.
Yeah, him. What was the other one? The cop.
Big Boss Man.
Yeah, Big Boss Man.
Oh, I love Big Boss
Brutus
Man.
the Barber Beefcake was a good one.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake. The Dudley Brothers.
The Dudley Boys was Bubba Ray. Oh, that was the Bushwhackers.
Bushwhackers
from Australia.
Yeah.
But the Dudley Boys, in fact, Bubba Ray was in a commercial for, I think, like Wayfair or something.
Yeah.
And he smashed the table, and all I could think was, Devon, get the tables. But WrestleMania is coming around the corner. That's why I did that, right?
The Funk Brothers were a good one.
Let's talk about WrestleMania and how ridiculous it's getting. It is pissing me off as a fan. I don't have 9 hours a day to watch WrestleMania for 2 nights.
Time-wise, yeah.
I went in 2019, was probably the last time before COVID.
Yeah.
And then it was the last time it was one night.
Yeah.
And by the way, great. Still mad at The Undertaker, but that's another time.
No, you
Still mad at the
you
damn
still
Undertaker.
Just mad that he didn't show up.
I'm mad he showed up the next night on Raw.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's Mr. WrestleMania to me.
Yeah.
Besides Shawn Michaels, show up at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
One, the WWE has got 9 hours, 3 hours post show, 4 hours main show, 2 hours or pre-show, post show, 2 hours post show.
Yeah.
So 3 main or 3 pre, 4 main,
Yeah.
2 post for both nights. 9 hours a night.
Yeah.
I might watch a pre-show just to whatever. I know we're going to a
3
comedy
hours,
show
you
the
really
day
need it.
before. I might watch it to see who shows up or whatever. We do think some TNA stars are going to make it because they got a deal going on.
Yeah.
I would love to see Santino Morello come out and do something with R-Truth maybe in the pre-show, right?
Yeah. Bring out the
Joe
Cobra.
Hendry's probably gonna come out because he's the TNA World Champ. I would love to see something with Nick Nemeth, aka Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
One thing that has been teased, and I think they should do this so bad, a random tag team match. One match, come on, give Devon. Have the Dudleys who were signed the WWE Legend deals face the Hardys. One more time. I understand the Dudleys are past their prime, but I would love to see Dudleys
I don't think
one more time.
Devon can even wrestle because he had back fusion surgery.
I think they can do it once.
Back.
But you know who's done neck fusion surgery still wrestling? Edge. Other wrestlers have. That WWE doesn't allow them to wrestle because
the liability of it, right?
But I think if you could do one more match between them, that'd be great. I don't think you're going to see it happen. Someone did say, what if this happens is John Cena versus Cody Rhodes and the Rockets of all of a sudden you hear the glass breaking Stone Cold comes out. That would be legendary. That's night two. That's clearly night two, the main event. You're going to see somebody come out because you know The Rock's going to get involved.
Well,
are they going to do Roman Reigns coming out? Probably. Who knows for The Rock? I think that if The Rock gets involved, you were so close a couple of years ago for Stone Cold coming out, he comes out.
What makes you think you were close to Stone Cold coming out?
Because The Undertaker came out and said, Stone Cold, they just couldn't agree on money or Stone Cold had something else to do. They came out and said it. There's a report. They were so close to him coming out because he was within distance. But because they didn't get a deal done, the Taker came out and chokeslammed The Rock. It was supposed to be Stone Cold.
See, I like how they did this. I like how Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. And he's supposed to be a main event, but then the Roman Reigns match is being the main event, I think, for them.
With Punk. Yeah, day one, it's Punk, Rollins, and Roman. Punk is going to have his best friend, a.k.a. the wise man, Paul Heyman, be in his corner. Now, supposedly, because Seth Rollins didn't curb stomp Paul Heyman's face to the mat, he stopped and goes, now you owe me a favor. Why do you owe me a favor? Just because you stopped and didn't curb stomp him? That's not a favor. So I think there's going to be some kind of way where Paul Heyman, someone teased this, and the only way I see this ever happening is because Punk got Paul Heyman turned. Roman Reigns is going to spear Paul Heyman or whatever. Someone said the Shield music comes, Seth Rollins comes out, and then Roman comes out. The only way I see that happen is if they somehow got Dean Ambrose to come.
Yeah, they're not getting Ambrose out of AEW. He's the AEW champ.
They've made deals before, but they're not going to have that happen.
Yeah, but no. You lose you lose the immersion when you do that, right? Based on the different brands.
Right. And TNA and WWE are now almost the same. Yeah. Because they've done a deal.
Right.
But AEW is a direct competitor of WWE, and they said it. Because now you got the Lucha Brothers, Penta and Rey Fenix on WWE programming.
Right. Well, and one thing that I got is like talking about Paul Heyman and CM Punk, right? Paul Heyman 10 years ago told Punk that he was going to be his manager someday.
Well, he said, and this is a great promo. I love that they go back to the past, right?
Right.
Paul Heyman, he said, what did you tell me 10 years ago when they fired you? When you made event WrestleMania, have them deal with us. They turned to Roman and goes, well, them are not here anymore, so you're going to have to deal with us.
Yeah.
And I love it because it still shows the relationship of Punk and Heyman. Heyman had all the faith in the world in Punk when no one else did. He's like, this is the guy you need to bring in. So WWE brought him in, and then they fired Heyman. They're going to fire Punk. But for some reason, Heyman's like, just don't fire Punk. Punk is one of the best names in wrestling. Like, if you did a top 10 together, based on popularity, Punk's up there. People cheer his name. People want him. People like him so much, they want his wife, AJ, to leave back. But she's not wrestling. She hasn't wrestled in a long time. She's not coming back. Which also Seth Rollins' wife, Becky Lynch, says she's done with wrestling.
Well, really, Becky's done too, huh?
She mentioned it this year because my husband's wrestling. They've had a baby.
Yeah.
She wants to be home with the baby.
Yeah, she wants to be a mom.
And she's like, well, if he can't be home, then I'm going to be home. Yeah. I'm not having my baby raised on the road.
Right.
Like, look at Cody Rhodes. Brandi Rhodes doesn't really appear that much because she's taking care of the kids.
Yeah.
I think this year's WrestleMania is going to be okay. I mean, you got Tony Hinchcliffe said he's going to come out and do a roast of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I think you're going to have some great surprises, some great guests. I mean, 9 hours you have to. Yeah. Triple H is going to the Hall of Fame.
I mean, you're talking 8 hours, right?
Hall of Fame's Friday.
9 total.
Right, but I'm saying you've got 8 hours of actual wrestling time between the 2 days.
Well, if you think between the 2 days, post show might have some matches and some stuff, or pre-show. Post show is going to have interviews. So you really got 7 hours of each day.
Right.
But you got 4 hours of actual wrestling.
Right.
I think what they do, a lot of the surprises is going to be pre-show, not main show.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are tired of the little gimmicky matches like Trish Stratus coming back and this. Like, you put that on the pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
I think WrestleMania is going to do good, but this has to be one of the last years you do 2 nights.
Right. Oh, for sure.
And I mean, I get wrestling overloaded. I'm not like I used to be where I'm all about wrestling. Like now it's like when I can watch it, I watch clips, this, and that. To me, it's too much. I mean, you got Monday Night Raw, you got Tuesday, something on Tuesday, I'm pretty sure. NXT's on Wednesday, isn't it? Or no, NXT's on Tuesday now. Then you got other stuff, and then you got Friday Night SmackDown, Saturday and Sunday, and then you got Monday again. The Monday after Mania is usually great. How are you gonna make that special if whatever happens?
Yeah. All right, we got 20 minutes left. The ribs are coming off at 3 o'clock.
So MLB. Let's go to MLB real quick.
MLB, I think it's the season starting off well. I like the.
I want to start off with the torpedo bats.
Oh yeah, that's where I was going.
Right?
That's actually where I was going.
It died down.
It did. It was
and
like
it proved what I said.
Yeah.
It's the Brewers pitching that sucked.
Yeah.
They gave up 20 runs.
Yeah.
Brewers put up 17 runs against Colorado. We could say they have loaded bats.
Yeah.
Or torpedo bats.
Right.
Cubs just put up 16 runs against the Dodgers.
It's just what I said before is that they just made a big deal because it was the Yankees.
Well, they made a big deal at the beginning of the season, and they have a new type of bat, so it's them. But then the Brewers put up 17 runs. The Cubs have put up 16 runs since then.
Yep.
Like it doesn't matter. The Brewers fixed their pitching, and they have the same record as the Yankees.
And it was one game. It's not like
it's not like they put up 20 runs each game.
It's like they hit 30 home runs in 3 games.
They put up 9 in one game. They put up 20 runs that one game. Yeah, the Brewers completely sucked the first couple series, but they found their run.
See, my thing is you could have the torpedo bat. You still have to learn how to hit it.
But what did I tell you at the beginning of the season? I told you, let's see if this continues. If this continues, it'll become an issue. It didn't continue. It's no longer an issue. Everyone shut up about it.
Yeah.
When Manfred said, I'm not going to investigate, I've always agreed. I told you what the narrative was going to be.
Well,
right? Only if it continued should they investigate.
Yeah.
You don't investigate 20 games in the season. There's 182 games. Wait till all of them play. At the end of the season, if the Yankees have 5,000 home runs, then you investigate.
See, my thing is that they designed the torpedo bat.
To when you hit it makes a difference.
They took all the guidelines straight from the MLB rulebook on bats.
Again, when you hit it makes a difference. When you hit straight on. Don't mean when you hit the ball, not always straight on. I think that the beginning of the season just proved it was rust. It's still spring training extra, right?
Uh-huh.
It's not anything else, but we're still getting in our groove.
Mm-hmm.
Our Brewers pitchers have gotten better. They have the same record as the Yankees. Yeah, as of yesterday, they were first in their division. So, like I said in the beginning of the season, don't worry about the torpedo bats until the end of the season.
Yeah.
Let's see if it continues. It didn't continue.
Right. Another thing I think as well, right, is baseball is notoriously bad for the first 2 or 3 weeks while everybody gets their shit together.
That's why no one cares about baseball until July, August.
Yeah, August usually.
Not even the All-Star break because, again, there's 182 games. No one cares until the last 60.
162 games.
162, my bad. Yeah, 182.
No one cares until like the end of the season.
All that
and
stuff
playoffs.
together.
Yeah,
No one cares until 60 games left of the
right,
season.
but at the same time, right, it was kind of a perfect storm because baseball and hockey were pretty much set. I'm sorry, hockey and basketball were pretty much set. There wasn't a lot of big sports news going on, and then all of a sudden, at the first game of the season, you fucking put up 20 runs and 9 home runs.
And that's why you got
and
the
all of a sudden,
torpedo
everybody's
bat.
like, "Oh my god!" But it ended up being a non-starter or nothing burger. So, all right, now here's the thing I want to talk about. Are we done talking MLB?
No.
We're still
Okay, keep
talking.
going.
I was just looking at the standings.
No.
I was gonna say I want to look at the NIL. I'm
Okay.
interested in our NIL take. I really
MLB.
kinda,
We got plenty of games left.
we do.
NIL. This is the one. This is why I saved this for last.
Right.
All right, NIL. NFL, NCAA, college football. The reason I put that all together is because there's one. Let's start with the NCAA horrible news today.
Yeah.
Kyron from LSU, former LSU, top draft for receiver, suicide.
Yep.
Attempted suicide or
Careful.
apparent suicide, not attempted.
Right.
Apparent suicide is what they're calling it. He had a hit and run incident where he's being charged for negligent murder. Got out a $151,000 bond.
Yep.
Again, probably NIL money that helped him get it. Negligent homicide. He was set to have court Monday, which is tomorrow, and apparently killed himself.
Yep.
Is what they're calling it, is a suicide. He couldn't deal with the punishment. Now, I will say this. This is a guy who probably wasn't drunk, because they didn't say he was drunk.
Right.
They just said
drive recklessly.
This is a guy who couldn't live with what he did.
Yep.
I don't think he did the coward way. I think he had mental health, and I think it started with, I killed a 78-year-old man for how I drove, and I couldn't live with what I did.
Right.
So it's a mental health issue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. Most people, you're like, oh, he murdered someone, then he killed himself because no. This isn't a guy. This is a guy who really couldn't live with what he did.
Mm-hmm.
To me, we gotta fix mental health. But to me, he was guilty. He knew he was guilty. He did take the easy way out. He just couldn't live with the fact that he killed somebody.
Right.
To me, he was remorseful. To me, he would have gotten probably one of the lighter sentences that you could get for that. Because he showed remorse.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever, because I never really heard of his name except for that. I do remember the hit and run, and I do obviously this. So but he was one of the top prospects in the draft if he would have gotten off.
Yeah.
This isn't a Henry Ruggs situation where he was drunk going 120 miles an hour down the strip of Vegas.
Right.
So that's sad news, right?
Ruggs just sat there on the sidewalk.
Yeah. Now let's go from that to NIL.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did you want to say?
What do I want to say about the NIL is
Yes.
that the NIL is out of control, and what sucks the most is that the NIL right now, based on the way that it is run, plus the transfer portal, provides no stability for the schools or for the fans to be able to enjoy the sport of college sports. Period. Right? College football for sure. College basketball. Well, college basketball has kind of been a one and done kind of thing, but this
It's mainly football.
Right. This whole Nico thing just completely sets the tone that it's broken.
Yes.
This is what's going to bring it to what we've been talking about. They need something to stabilize everything, to kind of balance everything out.
They need contracts.
Yeah, see, with Nico, I mean, a lot of things. The rumor is that he was holding out, but also he was still part of the Tennessee team. He was looking into a transfer portal without injury. He was looking at teams.
Yeah, you know who came out and snitched?
Dan Lanning of Oregon.
Oregon Ducks head coach told Tennessee, hey, did you know your guy's looking for a transfer portal? And he came out. Mad respect for Oregon's coach.
Yeah, he absolutely should.
Because you know what? That means Nico looked at Oregon.
Yeah.
And that coach goes, did you officially enter the transfer portal? This is wrong. He, to me, is the new Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Because Nick Saban didn't care for the transfer portal. Dallas Sweeney don't care for the transfer portal. NIL money. Dan Lanning might be okay with the NIL money.
Right.
But he looked at it and goes, you got to do it right. Because you know what? Yes, there is no such thing as tampering, but there will be.
Yeah.
If he really didn't tell Tennessee, I'm looking to transfer,
there is
going to be a tampering thing like the NFL going, you can't talk to other teams unless you announce your transfer.
They should not give the college kids this much power.
No, and they are.
Yeah.
And the thing I saw on Facebook is true, the video. His camp doesn't think he's going to succeed in the NFL, so he wants the money now. Yeah. Why should you give a guy who might not succeed in the NFL $4 million?
Yeah.
See, the thing is that they changed the transfer rules because these old transfer rules, you have to sit a year once you transfer.
Now you can just play.
They changed that right after they did the NIL. Right after they did the NIL, they came out, okay, now we're changing the transfer.
No, you should have to still sit a year.
Yep.
You should have to sit a year, especially if you're the same conference.
A transfer should be punitive.
Like Carson Beck, Jordan to Florida, same conference, should definitely have to sit a year.
Oh, he's Miami.
I thought he went to Florida.
No, he went to Miami.
He went to Miami.
I think the article said Florida that he was talking about, so he messed it up on the video.
You know what I love about that is he transferred to that other school to follow his girlfriend.
Yes.
And his girlfriend left him.
Because he cheated on him with some Latina.
Oh, he cheated on her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the
Then
video,
he got his car.
I do
stolen.
remember it is
Oh,
Miami
yeah.
now that you said it, but the video said Florida.
Yeah, no, like he
He got $4 million. So
Yeah.
Nico's like, I deserve more. No, you didn't go to the national championship.
Yeah.
Now,
Technically, you get the back, but
Tennessee said he did last year, didn't he?
No.
2 years ago?
I don't think so.
Didn't he lead them once?
Georgia?
No, that was Stetson Bennett.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. He was the backup.
Carson Beck was his backup.
But if you think about it, right? Okay, Mr. I know everything about football. I got no life. Anyway, if you think about it,
I'm gonna punch you.
I'm gonna throw punch you.
Hey, hey,
That's gonna be the punishment.
Hey,
Zach throw
hey,
punch you all of them.
Stay on task. Stay on task.
Okay.
So if what Tennessee did is
They did what they
a
should.
trend, yes,
Yeah, they did.
you're going to, and this is what's gonna lead to this. Dude's like, oh, he made $4 million. So the camp's like, why can't he? So I'm gonna hold out until Tennessee gives me $4 million. You're pulling an NFL move. NCAA or Tennessee goes, we're moving on. See ya.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because they heard you're looking for a transfer. Now you want more money. Supposedly, he also wanted a $4 million supercar. So that's $8 million.
So
Yeah.
the thing is,
Why do you need a Bugatti in college?
Nico was in the same recruiting class as Arch. And the top 10 quarterbacks in that recruiting class have all moved on to different schools except for Arch. Arch is still with his original school.
I think once you sign with a college, you should just stay there.
See,
I don't
and
think it should be this.
I think it
for
should be
money
the
thing.
same with coaches. Coaches
Yeah.
just can't move either.
Yeah.
But what you need to do is you need to have a con. And Nico was a pain to work with, they said. He wasn't signing up. He wasn't going to he didn't want to do the autographs, the meet and greets. You're getting paid for a job.
Yeah.
It's like us doing a podcast. If we're getting paid for this
Yep.
podcast
It
and this is our make money,
Yeah.
what we're working night and day to figure out content. This we're doing 100%
Yep.
research. We would wing it like we're now, like we'd just write it, but we would know all this because more and thoroughly because we're gonna read
Right.
all the articles. We're gonna read this. We're gonna send it to you to read the article. We're gonna send it to Carl to read the article.
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna send
just
it to
read the
Google.
articles. That's it. We just read the articles.
We'll read the articles. We'll come up with our ideas. We would do this,
Yeah.
and then we sit down. We make the board on Saturday and do the thing on Sunday.
Yeah.
We're still winging it, and then once in a while come out with stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't get paid for it. So
Yeah.
you know what, Nico, you're getting paid $2.5 million.
Yeah.
You better show up to sign some damn
Well, my
autographs.
thing is the whole purpose, right? Name, image, and likeness. So signing autographs is part of that.
Exactly.
Show
You're
all
doing
these-
your job
that's-
that you're
that's-
getting paid for.
You're getting paid to do that crap, right?
Exactly.
They don't
You're
pay
not-
you just to go throw a football.
No, they're not paying you to go to play football. They're paying you so that they can utilize your image and likeness, which means that you
To
are now an
get
employee.
fans.
So
to-
F you.
Marshawn Lynch said it the best. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yep.
Because he had to go to the post interviews.
Yep.
NFL goes, you're getting paid. This is what you have to do.
Yep.
So he's like, I'm just here to get so I won't get fined. That was his answer to every
Yep.
question.
Yep.
And it's true. He just had to
was-
be there.
And that was amazing in the Super Bowl too.
He didn't get fined for that because technically all it was is you have to go to the post interview.
Yep.
So he's like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Next
Yep.
question. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yep.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
What do you think of this? I'm just here so I don't get fined. That's amazing.
Yeah, but again, he did what he was supposed to do.
Yep.
Showed up.
He showed up.
Show up and at least sign some damn autographs.
Yeah.
Whether you show enthusiastic or not,
Yeah.
you're not there to show smiles.
they're
You're
not-
there to do autographs.
Right. They're not asking you for 12 hours. They're asking you for probably 30 to 45 minutes. And
2 hours tops.
yeah. Tops. It's like, come on, man.
2 hours of your time.
Right.
Man, I wish I had 2 hours to go do something.
Oh my God. And get paid $2.5 million to do it? Come
Hell,
on.
give me $20 to do it. I'll do it for 2
Yeah.
hours.
They're not getting 70,000 to go to work 8 hours, 9 hours a day. For
I
5
get
days a week.
50,000 to go to work for 10 hours.
You see what I'm saying? This kid's getting $2.5 million. And,
They're making 40.
well, we all have
You
our,
need a
we
new
all
job.
have our thing.
I've
And you almost got a
All
knife
our
to the
things.
face. It almost got a mallet to my face.
I
But,
just got
you know
a
what I mean?
Michael Jackson nose job the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
You're the one that's gonna take care of me forever and ever.
They got smacked with a rubber mallet in the face.
So this NIL thing, they've got to figure out a way to get it under
Yes.
control.
And-
And if the NCAA is not going to do it, the college has to figure it out.
And Nick Saban somewhere laughing, this $20 million round going, this is going to get out of hand.
Yep.
And I've told you earlier this, you could look back at
Yep.
what I've said.
Yep.
NIL is going to get way out of hand before they figure it out.
Oh yeah,
This Nico thing,
because you're
My
getting
kids,
kids
what they
money
do
and
to-
power.
but this Nico thing,
That shit's gonna go straight to their head.
Yep.
starting next year, I guarantee they're talking about it now.
Yeah.
This Nico thing is so out of hand, you're going to get a tampering thing. you're gonna get a max on how much they can make.
I think so. They need to.
Because here's my honest opinion. You do not deserve $2.5 million to $4 million a year, like backup quarterback money.
I think
When you're not even in the NFL, we've all said we're okay with college players getting paid.
Yes.
And I have said this off the air.
To an extent.
And I believe I said this on the air. $500 to $600 a week. That pays for your food. That pays for expenses. You want to go out and do something, that is fine. That pays for that because you're here to hone your craft. You can't get a job in the summer. You can't get this because you're trying to get better for the NFL. But you should never be making more than a UFL player who's out of college still trying to get their career online. You should be getting paid arena football money at the most.
Yeah.
Arena football, which is $500 to $600 a week probably. When you're playing.
I think
When you're not playing and you're just at training camps, maybe you get a little bit less. But during the college football season, you should get no more than $500 to $600 a week.
I don't think the college should be paying them. I think that that whoever they're doing promos for,
Well, it's still
should be
NIL, right? So if you're gonna do a car dealership for Archie,
right.
now Archie comes for money. Peyton could go ahead and get him $1 million for a living expense, whatever. But people who don't come for money, part of their scholarship or part of NIL, $500 to $600 a week. They already get free meal plans in most scholarships.
Yeah.
So you got food on campus.
And
what happens if they're closed and they need late night stack? You know what? Because they're working out so much and they need the calories, that's what the $500 to $600 is for. Go get your protein powder. Go get your workout stuff.
Buy a Big Mac.
I can honestly see $1.50. If you pay them 100, like here's what I think they should do. They should pay.
I pay more than 150 on my protein stuff.
150,000.
Oh, I was like, I pay more than 150
No,
a week on my
150,000 for
protein
the
stuff.
year, right? 150,000 for the year. But here's what they should do. If you're a quarterback, your NIL max is X. If you're a running back, your NIL max is X. If you are a receiver, your NIL max is X.
If you're an old lineman, your receiver is like your max is like $2.
Well, I mean, I understand it, right? But it's all based on skill level and necessity, right? There's not a lot of guys that can play quarterback. There's a lot of guys out there that can
Play running back or
be a lineman. Yeah, most of that money's going to fucking food.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah.
But again, they have to eat a lot of food to stay as big as they are,
Yeah,
and stuff like that, and live. So, like I said, $500-600 is fine.
Yeah.
Because the money, remember, the money they get for the free meals isn't like they can just come up buffet style, keep going and going and going.
Right.
There's only a certain amount of allotted money per week they can use. So this extra money would help out with that.
Yeah.
But again, it has to be within reason.
Yeah.
$2.5 million?
Oh yeah, I knew when they approved the NIL, it's going to get out of hand because they're giving money and power to kids who are just out of high school.
Give me $2.5 million for my necessities and my food money, and I guarantee you it'll last more than a college year.
Yeah.
I guarantee, not a college year, including the summer, so year round. I guarantee I can last that $2.5 million. If anyone wants to sponsor this and prove me wrong, I guarantee I can last that $2.5 million for 4 years.
And most of these kids that get NIL money probably never had this much money, so they're probably blowing it within a month or so, or maybe longer.
Need I remind you, right? That $2.5 million. If anybody wants to give me $2.5 million to prove my theory right or wrong, go ahead. But remember, I'm going to get free meals in between that, and I can still make it last.
Well, I think.
And let me go quit my job and pay my bills.
If somebody gave you, I think if you got paid $2.5 million, that you would probably be able to make it, even without free meals and room and board, you would be able to make it last for 4 years.
As long as I buy my necessities.
I'm just saying.
And pay for my bills.
Right.
Right? Don't go on luxury vacations.
No.
Don't go do this. Let me quit my job for $2.5 million. Let me work out every day.
Mm-hmm.
Let me work on the podcast every day.
Mm-hmm.
Because say someone paid for $2.5 million for the podcast.
Yep.
And let me eat and my bills.
Yeah.
I guarantee you I still last more than 4 years.
Right. Mr. Beast.
Yeah, Mr. Beast, if you want to do it, man, look, I'll get you so much content. Sports wise.
We'll get our own content too, hopefully. But you said oh man, I just completely lost what my train of thought on that. Because you said something that was that was pretty significant to me, but now I forgot it. I'm sorry. My brain's rotten. Anyway, that's kind of our thoughts on the NIL. If you guys got thoughts, please let us know. You know what? Find us on Facebook at 3 Morons Pod and give us your thoughts on what you believe how the NIL is running and how you think it would be if it could be better or if it needs to be brought under control.
And do you have a cold take
I
question?
do have a cold take question.
Okay, good.
It's in my noggin.
Good.
All right, Jake.
Jake, punishment time.
All right, y'all. Here's the hat of fate. It has a bunch of punishments in it for Jake.
I will say,
I really hope I don't pull a social anxiety one.
hold on. If you pulled the comedy or the doll, you redraw.
Oh, thank God.
We're not gonna make you do it twice.
We're not like that.
Unless you want to do an hour of stand-up.
No.
I think they might boo you off stage after 5 minutes.
30 minutes is going to be bad enough. All right, let's see what he's got, ladies and gentlemen. Huh?
The same one.
Day night from hell. So
Day night from
that's the blow up doll.
All right. Well, tip number 2.
30 minutes comedy.
Yeah, 30 minutes comedy. That'd be perfect. If it's pull or plunge, I don't know how we're
Yeah,
going
it's the same one. I'm pulling the same fucking one.
Same order.
I'm pulling the same ones.
That's actually insane.
How do you get
That's,
in the same order?
Yeah,
in
the same order,
The
too.
day night and then the 30 minutes.
I'm
Well, now we know it's gonna be a new one.
Yep. Super spicy wings.
yes or no with Zoe.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Oh, so if no one knows, my daughter Zoe he'll be blindfolded, not looking, and yes or no, probably 3 or 4 things.
We said 3 to 10.
Yeah,
3 to 10 things
I think we're gonna roll
in a
dice.
blender.
You have a dice? You got a 10-sided dice?
I got 20-sided dice.
Well,
Okay, perfect.
To 10. Well,
I also got 10-sided dice. Dude, I got D&D dice.
We'll
We're gonna
figure it
create-
out.
yeah,
We'll
we'll
figure
figure
it
it
out. We'll get.
I'm a dice
We'll
board.
put in
I got
numbers
plenty
in
of
the
dice.
hat or a random generator of 3 to 10. One of them has to be liquid, or it's gonna be a horrible smoothie.
yeah.
And pretty much just blend it up for a smoothie or a belt shake, right? Yes or no? Now I want these to be edible, so Zoe can't go get soap or anything.
Yeah. We'll be reasonable about it.
But there could be anchovies, there could be hot
I'll give
sauce.
you the
There
Vegemite.
there could be that extreme regret hot sauce. Anything in the house, I might buy some stuff. Promise you, it will not be vinegar or oil as well. Nothing that's purposely gonna make you throw up.
No, we're not gonna do anything like
We're not gonna do oil, vinegar, or soap, right? For liquid.
Ooh, pull bubbles.
Now it could be anchovy juice or whatever.
that. Yeah, but we'll.
But it's not gonna. I'm not gonna buy something we're not gonna use, right?
Right.
So I'm not gonna buy anchovy juice, and we never use fish juice or fish oil or whatever.
It's like cannon anchovies.
Hey, anchovies on pizza, man.
If it's canned,
Never had anchovies.
first of all, if it's canned anchovies, it's the whole damn can that's going in there because ain't no one gonna use that shit.
No, we'll use it. I'll put it in
Caesar?
pasta sauce.
Okay. So there's that.
Put a little bit in pasta sauce.
So finally, I guess someone else gets something to taste, okay? Because the jelly beans was damn horrible. And when I looked at
I
the thing,
can't
it
get
said
the
Zaxby's
sauce.
jelly beans. All I could think of is either that stink bug or the liver and onions, the last one I hate. Gross. When I'm at Zimmy's and someone orders liver and onions, I want to die.
See, my thing is, I'm very social anxiety. I don't like being very, very social. And I'm pulling the fucking social ones. Date night from
I just
hell.
love how you pick date night from hell first, and
Then
stand
the
up,
30-minute stand-up.
which is the order you picked the last time.
Yeah,
That's
then
great.
finally get something different, then I can actually do what's
You know what's
up.
funny? We still don't know what Mr. Google put in there extra. None of us have pulled it.
Not yet.
Oh shit, I was letting pull that.
We don't even know that one. These are the ones that we have talked about.
Yeah.
We don't even know the ones he put in.
Yep, and that I'm still looking for new ones too. So,
Oh, thank God.
One of these days we'll get it.
well, I think
So-
we're a little crazy on punishments right
So
now.
I think the next podcast we do in
3
about
to
2
do.
weeks.
He's got
Yeah.
one.
So after
It's the
WrestleMania
Tom
weekend,
Brady of punishments.
I think I will do the super hot ones.
yes, you will.
In that meantime, you will go on a date with the doll.
Yeah.
Let's plan for Saturday.
I mean, I'm not sure.
We all know what we're doing Saturday.
Let's go on Saturday. We're going to Des Moines
Des Moines
to the comedy club.
to the comedy club.
Oh yeah, we're just doing a blow up doll.
What? Let's bring the blow up doll to the comedy club.
Oh wow.
No, it's not.
Let's do it. Has to sit on your lap because it's a table of
I
four.
was gonna say let's keep that local. I think we should keep that.
We're going. No. Comedy club. Hey,
Zach's just ranching.
guess what? That dude's gonna pick us. I think his name's like Randy Little or something. It's on their website who it is.
Okay.
CK Lewis.
Yeah, because you see a random guy put the holding a blow up doll
I
in his
think,
lap. What do
I
you
think
think?
next weekend CK Lewis is gonna be there. So luckily you missed him. But there are comedians in there you can look on and see what their thing is. But since I got the tickets, let's bring it to Des Moines, whether it's a brewery that we go to beforehand or we go to dinner beforehand at Arby's. You bring the blow up doll, since no one will know you in Des Moines unless you swipe right on someone who matched with you on Facebook dating.
I mean, I know someone in Des Moines, but I don't know what school at.
That'd be hilarious if they show up there.
No, yeah.
That'd be great if they're watching this right now. And they show up. But let's plan on next Saturday, because then it gives us time to like film it and stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. So, all right, quick cold take.
Cold take.
Sure.
All right. Have you ever seen a ghost?
No,
Yeah.
You guys suck.
I've never seen a ghost.
No, I've never
Now,
seen a ghost.
here's the thing on this, and this is my stance on demons, ghosts, everything.
The closest
Do I
thing I've
believe
had
they
is like
exist?
ghosts.
Yes, because here's the thing. I am Catholic. I don't see God, so clearly, to me, he exists, right?
Okay.
Some people may not believe, so I have to say, to me, he exists. I do believe he exists. God, Jesus, everything, right? Just because I've never seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Nope, not in my house.
I do think.
Driveway.
Mhm.
Hey, look, he said we can't bring it here. He never said I couldn't invite Annabelle back for a party. So I do believe ghosts.
You just see me the
demons.
driver with a Ouija
Yeah.
board.
I do believe they
That's
exist.
double your rent.
I do believe there's haunted places. I do believe they exist. There's a lot of stuff out there to be fake.
Yeah.
I've never experienced it. Would I love to experience a ghost? Sure. A demon? Probably not. But you know what? If we ever do the Ouija board in the cemetery, may not have experienced it before, I'm bringing my
I
holy
mean, I
water.
still got the Ouija board in my Amazon cart. I just didn't have money to buy it.
You know what? I still got holy water in my basement, and it hasn't been open, so it's still holy, still
Well,
blessed.
if Mr. Beast calls and gives Zach his $2.5 million to see if he can make it last for 4 years, then I think you'll be able to get your Ouija board.
I'm gonna tag Mr. Beast in this and like help me out.
There you go.
I lived in North Carolina, Mr. Beast. I know you were in on the coast, Wilmington area, but I was in Greensboro. He did one of the last Ubers to go from more than 8 hours. He paid an Uber driver to go to California,
Mhm.
and then he tipped him really well to get back.
Well, yeah.
Man, I wish I would have got that right. That would have been a great ride. At that point, you're driving the car too.
Yeah.
Can't drive. But it was one of the last time. After that, I think they started making a rule that you can only do 8 hours
Yeah.
of Uber. Which even then, if you're taking an Uber for 8 hours,
Yeah.
is it that much cheaper than flying?
No. No, definitely not.
Like I have definitely got paid $100 for Uber before tip.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine if you got
All right, guys, close it up. I gotta go get ribs.
so.
All right.
But not 2 weeks from now. Happy Easter, everyone. WrestleMania is next week. 2 weeks from now, we'll come back. Carl should be back.
Hopefully.
If not, we're gonna kidnap him and bring him back, so he will be back.
I got chloroform. I'm just kidding.
Does this smell like chloroform?
Smell like.
So it was a great podcast. It was last minute that Carl couldn't be here. Our thoughts are with him right now. He is watching the Masters. Last time I checked, Roy McIlroy was winning. I don't really watch golf.
No
I
idea
kinda-
who the hell that is.
I
Only
kinda
golf I know
follow-
is Tiger
I
Woods.
kind of follow golf. Roy McIlroy from I believe Scotland.
The only golf I know is Tiger freaking Woods.
He has a new league out, by the way. Did you see that?
Who?
Tiger Woods got like a Tiger Woods golf league or whatever, and it's like a green thing. So like they hit it, but then like the TV changes to what the form is. Look it up, Tiger Woods golf league. It's crazy. I saw it on TV when I was at Zimmy's.
Anything else you want to say?
But y'all stay safe, like and subscribe, and you guys have a good week.